Uranus really is the oddball of the planets. It's also highlighted by the fact that it was the first planet being discovered after the invention of the telescope, which represents its innovative nature and thinking beyond limitations, kind of breaking the restriction that Saturn has put on us. While Saturn kind of keeps us realistic, Uranus shows us that the potential is infinite. Quick announcement, you will find a free PDF in the description box down below. Just enter your email address and you will receive an overview of each planet, with its characteristics and a few questions to help you identify how the planet shows up in your life. Hello and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chada. In this series, we're looking at the planets from astrology to understand the different parts of ourselves better. As mentioned in the introduction video, the planets do not so much explain how something is being expressed, but rather what is being expressed. If you haven't watched it yet, I recommend you do. It will give you a better understanding of the purpose of the planets and what this series is about. As mentioned in the beginning, Uranus is considered the oddball of the planets for a very specific reason. It's the only planet that spins sideways compared to the others, which really highlights its nature of doing things its own way. So whenever Uranus shows up in our life, it's about being unique and doing things our own way. The other very interesting thing is that Uranus was discovered in 1781 during the Age of Enlightenment, which was the time of scientific breakthrough and revolution, which perfectly aligns with Uranus' theme of breaking boundaries and innovation. So Uranus, being the first planet that was discovered after the invention of the telescope, really highlights its energy of breaking boundaries, because prior to that, Saturn was like the last planet, which really represents that energy of boundaries, of the end, so to say. Uranus came along and kind of questioned everything and kind of forced us to look at things from a different perspective and to think beyond the limitations that we had up until then. This theme is also represented in its Greek equivalent, which will be Uranus, the primordial god of the sky. In Greek mythology, Uranus is Father Sky, representing its limitless potential, and this is the same theme that we find in the planet Uranus in astrology. Uranus therefore rules innovation, our ability to invent and think beyond our current limitations. It also rules our individuality. How are we willing to stand apart? This could be in the career that we choose, in the way we dress. We all have the desire to be unique, and Uranus represents that part of ourselves, like how do we want to stand out? He also rules radical change. Whenever something happens, usually outside of us, an unexpected event that comes like out of the blue, that is Uranus energy. This could be a personal situation. For example, we get fired like totally out of the blue, but it can also be like a scientific breakthrough that we have gained that impacts humanity as a whole. So Uranus really inspires us to break free from old patterns and look things from a different perspective. Just the way Uranus spins sideways, our ability to think different is what can lead us to those great breakthroughs. And I don't want you to confuse it with the energy of Mercury, where it's about being able to adjust quickly. Uranus also stands for the rebellious energy inside of us, where we rebel just for the sake of rebelling, making us stand out simply to prove a point and not because it has any purpose to it. So Uranus is really about our ability to shake things up, to go against the norm in order to create something new. Another way to look at Uranus is think of him as the weirdo inside of us. We all have like a weird side to us, and usually this is represented by Uranus. To wrap it up, take a moment to reflect. How do you approach change? Does it come easy to you or do you resist it? How about your sense of individuality? How does it show up for you? Where do you feel like you're uniquely you, like no one else? So if you enjoyed this video, you might also want to check out the Uranus video from the Greek God series. It will give you a deeper understanding of the Uranus energy. Otherwise, this is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.